Yay! Welcome, 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 everybody. I see Mike's chaotic gardening. Got away from his squirrels quickly and he was the first one in. Maria Graham, thank you, thank you, thank you. Joanne Stevens. Those of you in the bushes, I appreciate you. I see folks looking and lurking, and I'm glad because it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, and folks need to be working. They need to be on their job. Let me, nope, I'm not going to do that. Mike, I am not going to touch anything except one thing, and I made myself bigger over here so I can see. Hey, sis, my Renaissance grandma, we are getting some weather. First, let me say thank you to those of you who are here for the replay. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel out if you like our content. Those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Those of you, the moderators, the Friends and Family Club, thank you, thank you, thank you. My Renaissance grandma was first. Oh, I didn't get home. I didn't get to work early enough to see her. I've been watching her preparing her foods and doing all her soap, she said. No, no pushing buttons. I did change some things around, and I was a little bit slow this week because some of you that were here before know that I fell on Saturday. And guess what? I fell again this week. I don't know what the heck is going on. And I just think I need to slow the heck down. But we're here and we're well. Nothing's broken. I'm a little bit achy breaky, but not breaky, just achy because when you fall down, Dolores is saying, hello, everyone from the bushes. Dolores has been working with me. If you haven't seen Dolores' channel this week, she's been doing like the 14 days before Valentine's Day countdown. And she has some really, really good topics that she has been talking about how to do different things. One thing I will be trying to do, and that is make some puzzles. I don't know if I can find the backing like you use for regular puzzles. Oh, Hershey. No, 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 we're not doing that. Get down. His face is a mess, you all. It's all wet. He was drinking something. I fell again. I don't even know, Mike. I wasn't paying attention, hurrying up. I talked to my therapist about that because she fell a couple times over the last 6 years, and she said that at a certain age, you just have to slow your brain down. You know, like just now I was talking. Why am I get so excited. I'm rushing to do the next thing, and boy, this time I fell on my hands and knees. I'm like, oh no, not my two new knees. Hope I didn't break anything. And then it was hard to get up. My other sister, my baby sister Della, said, how did you get up? I said, it was hard, but I did get up. And I'm up. I put a bright color on today to cheer y'all up and to brighten everything up after starting off such a rough week. I hope that you all are having a good week. Where are you watching from? What grow zone, or how is the weather in your area? He said, your body don't connect to mine as good as we used to. Baby, just keep on living. Francesca, thanks for coming. A beautiful afternoon. And I did see the three of you on the replay. I don't know why I have such a hard time when I try to look at somebody on TV and I always give the thumbs up, getting back to them and putting a note in the, to let you know that I was there. I can never I can never get back in there. I get some video that was 6 months ago or an old one, but I try, you guys. And I appreciate each and every one of you. So let's see. We have 10 people in the chat. Let me see what time it is. It's 4:06. I'll wait until 4:10. So where are you guys? You grow row. Thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Sister Love, I need to get some, you guys, I need to get some miniature tomatoes. The only extra small tomatoes I have are Tiny Tim. They grow well, but I don't know. I wasn't crazy about the taste of them. And I get a lot of them. Juanita Campbell. She's pink hand waving. Mother. Hello, hello, mother. Ego Amote. Donzel Cooper. Hello, Auntie Ellen. Maria Graham, don't you come in here talking about no 70 degrees. I was watching Black's Tropical this morning and she was all excited talking about 70 degrees. Francesca, Zone 3, Minnesota. Some same weather as Brother Mike. Uh-oh, let me go back up and see Brother Mike. What he said. Oh, Zone 4, Minnesota. Cold this week. Single digit days, below zero nights. Let me see what it is here in Connecticut. Boy, growing up, that was a hard state to learn how to spell. So, because the C is silent. Okay, so it's 39 degrees. It's been some type of misty, drizzly stuff all day. We got about an inch of snow last night. Um, It says humidity 95%. It feels like 34 degrees out, but we're getting some more snow and rain over the weekend. Luckily, it's warm. Luckily, it's warm. So, let me see if I can get you guys back on my phone. 7 degrees there. Unbiased LLC. Hello, Queen in chat. Working and listening in the bushes. She has been working on all of the Mardi Gras, ah, Mardi Gras clothing for her and her daughter. And it's just cute, cute, cute to pieces. Marie Graham says, hello, mother. Mom Pankey. Francesca says it's 2 degrees there. Whoa. My Renaissance grandma says, what's the weather like in your area? I thought I read that you got a lot of snow, Sister Vanessa. So, why do I have this little teeny thing and I can't see the chat? Oh, there you guys are. So, who is planting? You guys, hey, Brydazzle. Thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you. So, I will. I have. I have a mail haul. I'm excited to show you guys about. And no, this didn't accidentally fall in my cart. This was an intentional investment, and it's called The Blind. And what it is a small investment that I made so that I can do more quilt finishing here. And I don't have any of the mini frames, but I'm thinking about getting it. Trying to figure out if or how I'm going to put 12 more inches on in the area that I'm using to to sew on now. And I talked to a couple of people who do have them, and they gave me some ideas. Tracy, PIA. Tracy, did you get your package from me yet? I sent you a package. So what this is, it says, quilting is a labor of love, passion, and creativity. So, Auntie Ellen, do tell what is in the box. I'm not even sure what everything is. Let me break it down a little bit because this is exciting. Those 60 quilts that are still above my head have to be finished. A couple of them may have to be sent out because they're super, super large, like king size, destined eventually for my mom. So this is by Dubline, and it says, "Thank you for your purchase. Your satisfaction is our number one priority. Please rate this product by scanning the code." So it has a code. I will let them know how it is. So here's a quilting guide, and it says who we are. To keep it simple, we are artists, designers, and creators just like you. We aspire to provide you with the tools you need to unleash your creativity. We aspire to inspire and be inspired. So, and it says how to go to the website. What it is some tools to finish quilts. Tampa's Creek. Thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's see what's in this box. I'm not sure what this is, and I don't have on my big reading glasses, but I will make sure I don't lose this. Little things or clear things I have difficulty seeing. These are not reading glasses. These are just blue blockers for the rays from the screen. Oh, these are some kind of non-slip adhesive rings. What you use? Oh, you must put them. I know what these must be. They must be things that you put around your ruler to keep it from sliding. So what this is okay. They have some quilting gloves in here. Okay. I have quilting gloves, not white ones. So these will come in handy. And I will take these out of the box. What I like is that these are a bunch of quilting templates, but they will fit back in this box once I get them out. And here is a little grid. Okay, so inside this area, I can put it on my sewing machine and be able to quilt certain patterns within there. What patterns will they be? Well, let's check and see. Let us check and see. Oh, this is interesting. When I had my long arm, I used to use this one a lot. It's called Cotton Candy Template. It looks like kind of like clouds to me when you quilt them. So this one is a candy cotton template. And no, they're not sponsoring me to say this. I bought these with my own money, my own credit card. I mean. So I will start by putting these back in the box. Why? Because this is clear, and things that are clear, things that are black, I don't easily see. So here, you guys, I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. 6, 7, 8. There are 8 templates in here. So this is interesting. So we saw cotton candy. I mean, yeah, cotton candy. And this one will be bubbles. And what you do is you put this down on your quilt and move that thing around, and the needle goes down, and there's a special foot that I put on. I already have the foot. I don't see one in here. I don't see one in here, but I have an embroidery foot. They call it a hopping foot on the larger machines. So here's some bubbles. Oh, here's yet another meandering plate. I actually know how to meander, or just freehand. I've been doing it for so long, and I used to do it on my long arm machine. So that one looks like this. So one day I'll have to do a demonstration. I have something else I wanted to finish with you guys today. Oh, look, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and here is a heart template. So I can make lots and lots and lots of hearts. PIA said they got so much snow, she hasn't checked the mail yet, Auntie. I haven't been to my post office yet. I have mail from several people, including Tigsy, but I didn't have a helper this week. She was out sick, and I didn't go out. I didn't try to go to the post office or over that way. The which way template, that's weird. So that one looks like this. And it says, see a tutorial by scanning this QR code. So what's interesting is that with each of these templates, you can scan the QR code and get a tutorial. So I guess I will do that one by one. This one, I already have one. I think you have one, Sissy, Joanne Stevens, with the swirls. The swirls. I know how to do that one by heart as well from when I had my long arm machine. I teach how to use the computers in the long arm machine, but my long arm machine was manually guided. I like that part of the artistry because I could change it to anything I wanted it to be. And this template is holly leaves. That might be nice for some of the scenes with outdoors or trees or plants on a quilt or whatever you're quilting. And this one, unbiased, I sent you the link on this one, sweetie. And this one is a circle. It looks like a pretty big circle. If you ever want to quilt a circle, you just go round and around one time. You go around twice, and then the second time you start another one, then next one. Or you can go forward, and then when you stop, go backwards, bump, forward, and backwards. That's one thing you're grateful that even if you get a lot of snow, you live on a main state highway and it's always plowed. When I was in North Carolina, I guess you could call it was a state road. I don't know if you call it a main highway, but they didn't have any snow plows. There were no snow plows. You just had to wait for it to melt and run on the side runoffs. So this should be interesting, you guys. And I'm thinking that a lot of things I can, or the quilts that I project, or I mean, plan on finishing, I can do some quilting in the ditch and then use other templates, meander something. I like meandering stars, where you meander, go around a little bit, then make a 5-pointed star, then go down. You can echo quilt it and go to a new place where you have a fresh start, make another star, go around and around. Once you get it in your head, your muscles remember what to do. It's called muscle memory when you're quilting. Yeah, so that's that. And I think I think it was like $38 plus tax. So it wasn't a big investment, but it should make my quilts interesting and patterns that I have not been using. And I will use it on small pieces. Ah, wet my whistle here. Hershey's over there walking back and forth in front of the door, waiting for something to bark at, looking all around. So, what are we going to work on today? Do any of you have any questions about those little rulers that I showed you, or anybody interested in getting them? So, last week, well, Saturday, yes, Saturday was last week. I had this. This was an orphan block. When I was teaching classes on how to do a log cabin, I had this one for a tutorial, and I just decided to put some of those jean pieces on there and use it for a mug rug, either a large mug rug or something to put my air fryer drawer on when I take it out. So there's this one. It's about 12 inches by 12 inches, the finished size. So I made that one. And what I'm going to work on today, those of you who were here last week or a week ago, I had all these little blocks set out on my lap. Well, I actually added an extra row because I wanted to make it wider. I wanted this to be a hot pad for a big casserole dish or for whatever. So, what I'm going to do is put this. I love the jeans, you guys, because if you use it for, you can use it for a computer pad. My computer's pretty big. It's like 15 inches by hmm, at least 15 inches by like 12 or 13. Maria Graham says she had problems with their heat today. The man is working on it now. So I put some strips together while you guys were gone. And and we're going to work on this today because why? My daughter's birthday is in 2 weeks. I talked to her today and she's busy. She had to go do something before the weather. And we have two birthdays next week, two birthdays the next week. Next week is my granddaughter's birthday and her son, my great grandson's birthday. Then 2 days later is my son's birthday, and 2 weeks after his birthday is my daughter's birthday. So Aaron's is done. That's the first one that I finished. I don't know where it is. It's under some of this pile of work. Under here somewhere. Come out, wherever you are. Well, we'll let it rest. That one was finished, and you've seen it anyway. Maria Graham says, that looks nice. Thank you. This is what it looks like on the back with 1/4 inch seams. So I will place these down right sides together, or pretty sides together, as Unbiased would say. She's working in the background. And for this one, I make the hot pads a little differently than the table mats. I use 2 layers of batting. this just happens to be some of my black batting. I had about, I don't know, 10 yard, 10 yard piece of it. And so I'm nipping on it because I'm pinching on a large roll that I've had for a few years, and it's 120 inches wide. So I don't want to use that. I want to save that for my big quilts so I don't have to Frankenstein patch them. I've been Frankenstein putting pieces of batting together. What do they mean by Frankenstein? When you have different squares zigzag together to make a whole piece. So they're all Frankenstein, but I will show you when I actually get to them. So this one is the one I'm going to work on, but then I need to make one for my granddaughter. So my grandson's grandma, I think these are the last pieces of that white denim that you sent me. Then there's some light blue on this one. This one will be an extra size one as well, and it will be double sided for my Sharita. Sharita, if you're in Grandma's room, don't don't look yet. But oh, I know what I wanted to show you. I like when I'm sewing denim. I like after I sew the rows, I like putting a row of stitching to hold it flat before I do something else. So these two pieces will go together in the next week and get sewn together. And the batting is cut for this. So those of you, I've been encouraging you for the last year to do a 15-minute challenge. It doesn't have to be just sewing. I recommend that you do something. I see people doodling, sketching. Homesteading with Janet is starting to draw every day for a few minutes. I know Auntie Joanne Stevens, she sketches almost every day. She does something. She had me cracking up. The room that I use for a studio when I'm at her house is usually pristine until I get there. Ah, it's actually Uncle Roscoe's office, but it's being inundated by people. Auntie Joanne has a studio and work area. She has her large kilns. She is a glass artist, and she has two large kilns out in the garage. I think they use the 220 electricity, and they have their own circuit breaker and everything. But she has been busy now. I didn't get her permission. I'll have to ask. She has been harvesting oranges. She has the most beautiful orange tree, and the oranges are this big. She also has a Myers lemon tree. The lemons are almost as big as the oranges. And she made a whole big jar of freshly squeezed orange juice. Looked like you could taste it through the taste it through the screen. So let me just see if I can pull up some pictures of her oranges. And look at this. There's no glare on that one. Look at that. How about that orange? How about that orange? Look at me down the bottom. And look at, she's sending a box to my mom for Valentine's Day. It costs a fortune, you guys, to send them. And just so that you can see the hot pad that I'm making for my daughter, I want her to be able to use it with her computer or her what is it, iPad, or with her cooking, whatever she wants to use it. Joanne says the best OJ in town. So I just want you to see that's this stupid hydroponics. It's killing everything in it anyway. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. This is the first time. 2 years ago, I won the indoor growing contest. You bet it is, Sister Joanne. Nothing beats fresh, straight from your own tree. And she let them ripen on the tree. She didn't bring them inside. They will ripen a little bit when you bring them in the house. The lemons, too. I like to make 3 ingredient lemon pies with her lemons. I never thought about orange. Hmm, that might be something to do. So let me see if I can pull you guys up in the chat and see what you're saying. Okay. So, do any of you have any questions? I want to thank each of you who are here, who are watching in the bushes. Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything. Okay, so let's take these and go to the computer. Oh, the double denim one that I'm making for my granddaughter, I'm going to give her an option because she works in the school system. Mike says Auntie Ellen was the first WIG winner. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you before I forgot. This year, I have 2 hydroponic systems started. You're never too old to learn. When I first started, I bought a bottle of distilled water and I put it in them. I didn't do it this time. I used sink water. Guess what? Not one single thing grew. Not one single thing grew. Oh, Francesca's because she loves my video on the 3 ingredient lemon pie. Thank you. That's really simple. You can make your own graham cracker crust with just crushed up graham crackers. Slow down, Auntie. That's how you fell. Always rushing to get my words out, rushing around. Yeah. So you can keep that, or you can buy some graham cracker crust in the store and you need 3 lemons and you need 1 can of the condensed sweetened milk and only 1 block of cream cheese. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts, pink hand waving. Thank you for coming. Yeah, this is a big casserole pad. It's an oversized casserole pad. Not this one. This one would fit like your 8-inch casserole pad with extra room because it's 12 inches by 12 inches. So the chlorine dissipates. Yes, it should, but I didn't leave it sit out first. I usually have bottles of water for my regular plants to plant, but that's okay. I will clean it out, put all new sponges in it and new seeds. Why? Because we have until April. Hydroponic growing, everything grows 5 times faster. 5 times faster. So I didn't put this back in the double line template. I'm excited to try to use those. I'll throw this over my shoulder and okay. Oh, you guys, some of you are here for the first time. If you're a content creator and you would like to drop a link to your channel, put exclamation mark GQUAT, like GQUAT on the left of your screen. Maybe it's on the right. No, it's on the left. Okay, so it's rough getting up after I fell on both knees. They're black and blue. Okay, here we go. Slowly I turn, inch by inch, step by step, and we're going to make sure that these 3 people do not go without a birthday gift. So I just want you to see close up. This is this huge casserole pad. I mean, casserole dish. It's 9 by 13. And Mike says, type exclamation mark to drop your links and connect. So here's this big. I will take it off so that I can have more room to show you guys our work today. So this should be fairly quick. I like this black batting. I don't know why. So, for example, this casserole deep just has to have it looks so big because it's extra deep. But I like it because I have two of these. One is a little bit smaller, but it has a lid that fits it. I don't have to use any aluminum or plastic to cover it. Once it cools down, I can put it and see how it would be on the mattress pad. And okay, let's go. One second though, because something's been going on with my computer, and the last two times it knocked me off. So I will plug it in to make sure that we have a battery life. I don't know whether it's because I have a lot of windows open and it's using memory, but let's go. Let's sew. So these are 2.5 inch squares. My daughter likes animal print, and I'm going to even it up a little bit. And center it over the batting. I cut the batting just a little bit wider than, at least I thought I did, than the piece that I'm sewing. And I will get a few clips out just so that it doesn't slip, because they're all different, a little bit different sizes. Okay, so I'm going to put a clip here. These are just these kind of little clips I like using. But I'm going to have to move that one. Okay, I'm just getting it so that it's has a backing going all around it. So, oh, I know what it is. The denim piece, the backing is a little bit larger than the other pieces. But that is quite all right. Quite all right. As long as I have the backing and the front. So I'm just sticking a few little clips on here. I could hold it with my hands, but this black batting is hard to see over here with all this other stuff. So I'll just put a couple clips. Shaking it to get any wrinkles out. So you see on the back, the batting is cut more to the size of this top. Well, this is going to be cute. She'll like it. She'll like it. If not, she can just put it in there. But you know what? I've made crocheted pot holders where I take fabric and crochet it with a really large crochet hook, and pot holders over the years for Auntie Joanne, and they still have theirs. I've had them in my houses, but I have no clue where they are. I'm just using Dollar Tree ones and the one that Sister Lorraine T gave me. A funny story, you guys. Yankee's sister was here one day, and Lorraine T, and I was K Renee's Garden. Thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you staying in shape over there, Deborah Garrett. Thanks for coming. Let me see if I missed anybody else. When I was working over here, I said hello to Maritz's Yarn and Crafts, I think. If I missed anybody, I apologize. I love you guys. And, okay, so this one feels squirrely, so let me move it. So I'm going to put you guys back down to where you can see the sewing machine. I will turn it on. Close this. I have no clue what came in this box, but it's a nice little box. It's made of real wood. I've had it for years, and it had some type of Apple device. No wonder they charge you so much for everything. Erica, Mala'a, thanks for coming and welcome. Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope you're well. Hope you are well. And they're saying hello, Erica. So, this how many of you like leopard or animal print? There are two different kinds of animal print or leopard in here. And that's the short side. So, I won't stop there. And I'm going to start on one of the long sides. Why? Because it'll make it easier to turn. Last time I left an opening on the short side and I made it too small and it was difficult to turn. So let's go. I will be using a straight stitch. I'm going to try 3.5 millimeters and stitch with 0 because we are just flat stitching, and I will use a little more than a quarter of an inch, because we want to give it a nice thick seam. Okay, so if you want to drop your channel link, don't forget it's !GQUAT. This is actually so thick that when I lift the presser foot, it barely goes up higher than all these thicknesses. But this is a heavy duty machine, so she will sew through all of these thicknesses. Maria Graham says subbed. K Renee's working and watching. Thank you, K Renee. I know what time it is out on your coast. Our treasured home. Nancy, thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. I've been over your house, not in the bushes, but did some replays. All of you, everybody in here that has a channel, I've been to each of them. But I usually watch on TV, and I give the thumbs up. Then when I go back to the channel and leave a comment, they send me all the way around to something that's 4 months old, 6 months old. Excuse me, Mr. Hershey. I don't think I'm getting any packages today. Hershey, stop. I didn't have to backstitch on that corner, but I wasn't sure if I caught it. So we'll turn and we'll sew down this side. Okay, we're getting to a seam there. She was like choking. Okay, so this one is getting a little close over here. Of course, it stretches when you're sewing, but I just want to make sure that I get I said all 3 layers. I meant to say all 4 layers. Okay. Everybody's saying hello. Angel is looking for her daddy. Who, Hershey or Uncle Roscoe? Hershey's over there looking for something. I don't know what he's doing. For you guys who don't know, Joanne Stevens is my biological sister, and she has a puppy, which is Mr. Hershey's daughter, except she's not a puppy. Awkward quilter, Georgia. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Shh, I know what you're doing. I sneak in your place all the time. You guys are so funny. But you can, I don't know if you can, but if you want to, you're welcome to put exclamation mark GQUAT and to drop your channel link. They are so funny. And she goes live on Sunday mornings. I'm supposed to be in church. Auntie Joanne says Angel is looking for Missy Hershey. She probably heard him barking. They're just alike. That litter, Hershey's wife had 5 puppies, right? And the 5 puppies, the one that was the little devilishest was Angel. I don't know why they named her Angel. She was the most devilish puppy ever. But that's the one Uncle Roscoe wanted, so that's the one they got. Except she's not a baby. She's 10 years old. Oh, Mike, you were 3 to 11, so you're always naughty. Oh, that's why you're able to be in all the chats. So when you wake up, you get home from work, you are in time for all the late night crafters. They come on 11 or 12 o'clock at night. I'm usually waking up from my second shift and have to take a walk down the hallway, if you know what I mean. And I stop and see who's up. And sometimes I actually come in here and sew that time of morning. Hey, Butter Roll Boutique. Doretha, I was watching you do something today. I think I left a message, but I watch on TV and I chat. What I'm doing, you guys, where I'm slowing down, I'm going over these seams, and the seams are pressed in one direction. I'm trying to make sure that when I sew them, that I'm not ruffling them up and going the wrong way, so that the piece will lay flat when it's finished. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around. Mother, I know I can't sing. I just make noise. I entertain myself. I'm never bored. I'm never lonesome. People say you live by yourself. Maybe you should go out. Maybe I can't wait to get back home when I go out, so I can get back to my stuff, the stuff that I'm working on. You saw me. Oh, I did come in. I go in so many. I can't remember which one I did and not. You just got here, Darth. What did you miss? You well, you can go back to the beginning, but I just opened some templates to. Did I just move my pen? I did. No, there it is. Some templates for some new things I plan to do. And I'm working on finishing an extra large casserole hot pad. Or you can use it for your computer, underneath it on your lap in the summertime, out on the porch, while you're catching up on your chats. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to cut these long strings and pull this pin out. When you're quilting, when you're sewing anything, always make sure you take the pins out. Nothing worse than getting stabbed with a pin that's sewn inside of something. So we are going to turn this over and double check to make sure that all the seams are enclosed. So the backing is actually larger than the batting and the front. It looks like everything is sewn. So I will take these giant tailoring scissors and trim all these pieces. So I'm just trimming it to the like third of an inch seam that I left. And you know what? These were leftover pieces from other things that I have sewn before. And all the colors here match my place. So, for example, if my daughter didn't like it, I could keep it. I don't own a heavy duty, double sided casserole / computer pad. It can be used for whatever. I started to make it so that it had a binding on it, but why? Why do all that? It's not that serious. So these little scraps, these I will throw away. Some people save them and glue them on. These I will save and use them for key fobs. When I make my key fobs, different people make theirs a different way, but or the lanyards, but I make quilted ones. Yes, I can make them embroidered, but it's a key fob. It's appreciated no matter what. In fact, I usually have a basket of them in my 15 minutes a day sometimes. That's what I work on, key fobs, when I'm sewing. So, here we go. I don't know, it's so black you can't see in there, but there's a space in here, and I'm going to turn it inside out. Those scissors are really, really sharp. They cut through all four of these layers and denim, and the denim seams are really thick. They cut through there like hot butter, baby, hot butter. hot butter. So this one's much easier to turn inside out. And it's not a quilt when you're sewing something. You can't call it a quilt or quilted unless it has 3 layers. This one has 4. So I'm sticking my fingers in the corner to push them out, going along the seams. This one has a lot more pushing to do. Push this side out. This is called a flip and sew, as opposed to putting a binding on like you would a normal quilt. And me, I've been sewing a long time, and certain tools I keep over here all the time, one of which is my handy dandy chopstick. You can use a chopstick, you don't have to use one, but what I like the chopstick for is like along this seam, I kind of push it out. Can you see this wiggling around in there? I push it out so that it's flat all along the side. My finger won't get into it that deeply. And this corner, I want to push out a little more. It's pretty, there's a bunch of seams right in this particular one. So it's kind of thick over there. But see this side? Since I can't get an iron in there, look, you see how I'm pushing it all along the edge? And luckily I have all the seams enclosed. Now, when I sew around the edges of this one, it's going to be really thick because of all these jean seams. This was the double jean seam here, but this machine, this heavy duty Singer, will sew through it like nothing. Now you can make a choice of, well, I'm turning it in, but you can make a choice of sewing it on the close to the edge with the sewing machine or hand sewing it. I choose to hand sew it because I want to make, when I sew around the edges, I want to make a wide seam. Francesca said, what a good use of denim. Yeah, these are all the, you know what these little pieces are from? These are the leftover pieces from where I made my mother's big quilt. My mother's big quilt. So now I could iron this flat, but I'm just going to flatten it with my hands. And I'm going to put this pin on the inside. Then inside. And then we're just going to sew around the edges. But this one, just because this material is thin and this one is thick, I'm going to do some stitching in the ditch. Passionately Intrigued Art. Roscoe said that looks really nice, and how different it looks once it's reversed. A little kitty would love to snuggle on it. I know, Mr. Hershey, if I put something down on the floor, he'll try to sneak his little butt over on it. It would be a nice animal bed, too. This is nice and thick. If you travel, when Mr. Hershey and I take the plane, I take him on as a carry-on. Do you know that they charge $100 for you to bring your pet on and put him in a space that you've already paid for? you've already paid for your seat. So when you're quilting, you always start in the middle. I'm quilting, meaning the sewing together of the three different layers. So I'm going to do that because over the years, washing it, and I'm going to increase my stitch length to 4. I'm making sure that I have both strings to the back. Now, some of these blocks are black. So when I'm stitching in the ditch, I stitch whoops, slightly to the side where it has the lighter fabric, just so that you don't see it. And I could use my quilting gloves, except they're in my bedroom, except for the new ones I just got. So I'll just put my hands here. How do I know they'll roll up? Because this ain't my first rodeo. I meant to stitch on the other side of that black block. I'm leaving room for the seam. Okay. You always stop with your needle up when you're sewing. On a sewing machine. So that's the middle one. I think I'll put a row of stitching on these outer ones too, just to make sure that the batting doesn't roll up over the years that this will be in use. This thing will last 100 years. I guarantee it. So I'm going to start a little on the inside here. These are some pretty big, thick seams that I'm sewing through. But Barb Brownlee, thanks for coming and welcome. Thank you. Roscoe said that looks really nice and how different. Oh, I said that, didn't I? Awesome. Thank you. This is a leftover scrap project. These are 2.5-inch blocks that I had left over from sewing a gazillion different things. Sissy Joanne Stevens, some of this fabric might even be some of the things you have around your house or the scraps at your house. When I'm sewing at Auntie Joanne's house, I just leave the scraps there. Why? Because half the time I bring fabric for certain projects that I plan to do, and then something will come up. And I just use her fabric. She lets me. She lets her big sister. Okay. So now and I'm going to do one more. Did I have to do all these? No. But this will make it more durable and so that air doesn't get in the middle of them. Okay, so I'm going to do one more on this one. Hershey, good boy. Good boy. Whoa. Okay. So what is this catching on? It's really thick in this corner. There are a bunch of seams. So he tried to choke on it. We're not having it. Not having it. Here we go. So we're stitching in the ditch. And I will give this a good press when I do finish with it. Okay. I'm pulling it apart. When I pull it, it's so that I can get down in the ditch. Because when this is washed, you won't even be able to see the stitches down in the ditch. Okay, bring the needle up again. So that's all I'm going to do. If when you're pulling your whatever you're sewing out and the thread breaks, it means that your needle is not in the highest position and it has tension on it and the thread will break. But if you leave it with the needle up, your thread won't break. So here's what's going on so far in the back. You can't see it in the front. So now we're just going to go around the edges to try to flatten it. And we're going to leave a nice big thick wide seam. And sewing it with a machine will not catch the edges because we're sewing through four pieces of fabric, one of which is denim, 2 pieces of batting, and you have the edges of all these jeans and the seams in the back. So you want to give yourself a nice thick seam over there and not try to sew over like 8 pieces. This machine will do it, but not all machines will. Uncle Cortez is GTG and complete a few things at work. Gotta go is what GTG stands for. All right, love you. Peace and blessings. Thanks for stopping by. See you around. So I'm rounding these corners. By the way, you guys, some of you who are quilters, you know that I usually make the mitered bindings. I usually make mitered bindings on my quilts, but you don't have to. You don't have to. Take a dinner plate on your quilts and put it on the quilt and make a line and cut around it, and you'll never have to do that. Gina, hey, I didn't get back to you today because by the time I finished my appointment this morning and did my food delivery, put it away, I needed a nap before I went live. But I'm going to call you after the live. And what does and mix it up. I forgot what it is that Country Dreamin' says. But he has a word that he uses for when you're chatting it up. So my daughter's going to say, Mom, I didn't need anything, but she's going to like it. Plus, when she travels, she can use this for like a little lap desk and put her computer on her lap. I put my MacBook. Stop, Hershey. I put my MacBook on my lap, but I don't like the way that it feels. And after a while, it feels warm. So this will be nice. If she doesn't like it, Mommy Dearest could keep it. Okay, so this is down as flat as it goes. I'm trying to push it down because these are some really thick seams. Really thick. And like I said, I'm going to hand sew these edges down, but I'm not doing it until later. Just my choice. There's no wrong way. There's no right way. You just make your things the way that you want to. It's like cutting your grass or something. Those of you who have lawns, some people do it and they put the lawnmower in the track of the road they just did, and it's all neat. Some people do it on an angle. Oh my goodness, like turf therapy and those guys with their fancy lawns. Then some people just do it and get it done. You'll be waiting your Oh, I know. I dropped the ball 3 times. 3 times, Gina. Sorry about that. I can feel all those thick jean seams underneath it. Those of you who have lighter machines, lighter in weight, if they won't sew through all these thicknesses, and they probably won't, what I suggest is that you get a heavy duty needle. This is probably a 16 or 18. I always keep a heavy duty needle in this heavy duty machine, but it will put bigger holes in whatever you're sewing if it's not a quilt or something like that heavy duty. So now I'm pulling this a little bit. Why? To make sure that I get a nice flat seam connection with no puckering. Oh, la 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 la. Oh, this is going to be so cute. Okay. La la la. Okay, so this is what she looks like. I took the pins out, so just ignore that when I was sewing across there. That's what I am going to hand sew. Maybe I will put a little pin in it right now. By the way, this is a quilting safety pin, you guys. Okay. Okay, you guys. I touched something. I'm making sure that you bought yourself a heavy duty, but you haven't used it yet. Oh, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. You know what? You're going to find that I have other machines. Like I have a Brother Runway 180 or something over there that I bought recently, not recently, in the last say 4 to 6 years, but but I bought it just because it has 100 decorative stitches. Do I use those 100 stitches? No, I have like 2 or 3 that I really, really like, and that's it. What did I do with that pin I was going to show you? Because a quilt, oh, here it is. This quilting pin is different than a regular straight pin. This is a regular straight pin from like Walmart or something. You see the edges on both sides are straight. A quilting a quilting pin, and they come in different sizes, are it's rounded so that when you stick it down into the fabric, when it comes up, it doesn't leave make a pucker in it. A pucker in it. As a matter of fact, I was running low on them. I didn't know where I put them. So I had a couple of quilts I was doing on my domestic machine. I don't use straight pins when I'm quilting. And I have a quilt that I'm working on for Dolores and one for my great grandson. So I needed some big pins. So I won't take them out. But you see this? This is a big container of, and pins come in different sizes. They go for like from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are probably a 3 or 4. A 3 or 4 to go with the other ones. I don't know what happens to pins and stuff like that. Okay, there's one last thing to do before this is finished. And it is, I have 2 sets of labels. Nothing's finished until you put your label on it. I have 2 sets of labels since this is kind of small, and I don't want to use all my denim ones, my big denim ones that I got from Unbiased LLC. If you guys want labels, I would get them from Unbiased LLC or Crafty Leo. Crafty Leo happened to make this one based on, we did it based on Unbiased pattern she made for me. Original by Penny, Pankey. Why? Because Penny's my name that my family calls me. And that's what I started doing all my art stuff when I was working. Like when I was in the bushes working, doing stuff at the same time. Well, Penny Pankey might or might not have been different from Ellen Pankey. Oh, um, Tracy, PIA, I can't wait to see your heavy duty machine. You're going to be in love. Okay, so when I put my labels on, this one is leather. This one is leather. I'm going to, I put a little bit of glue on it. Whenever I'm using leather trim, whatever, I put a little bit of glue on it. You can put a glue stick on the back of your bindings. So I was trying to decide where to put this. So this is going to my daughter. So I'm putting my label right smack dab in the middle. Anyway, uh-oh. I covered up the butterfly. Oh well. Life happens, doesn't it? Hershey, stop. So guess what, you guys? I've got all these thicknesses of jeans. You'll be using it fairly soon. Check this out, Tracy. So I've got 2 layers of batting. All these seams from all these 2.5-inch squares. I have denim on the back with all the seams there, and this leather label. Check this out. The only thing is getting it, lifting the presser. Oh, it's not all the way up. You know how I tell you guys to always put it up? I was so excited I didn't do it. Oh, I hope this is straight. Okay, so watch this machine. It's going to sew through all of this. And if you ever have a problem, another thing you can do, I don't have a problem, is slow down. Get to the corner, leave the needle down. Here we go. Oh, this is exciting. So I've got 2 birthday gifts done. Huh. 2 more to go. Uncle Roscoe's, I sent him something he said for one purpose. He repurposed it. He loves it. My family just loves for me to make things for them. They don't care what it is. They don't care what it is. It could be a mug rug. It could be a coaster. It could be anything. So, let me see if I can turn this around. So, I'll show you the back first. And this is the front. How cute is this? Leftover scraps that would have gone in the trash, somebody's trash can. And here is a double duty hot pad. So, how did you guys like that? Put a 1 in the chat if you liked it. PA said she'll be using her soon. Mike and Miss Maria, Gina. So you love it. It's so cute. These are these 2.5 inch, or you can buy a jelly roll. You can buy a jelly roll and cut it up and make it. These are what I tell you, you guys. I always, oh, don't worry about him. It's not ripped. This is where I didn't sew it closed. Mike said he loves it. Loves it. Michael, don't you have one if I recollect correctly? I can't remember. I cannot remember. So I'll put this here so I remember to sew it closed before I give it to my child. No, she's not a child, but she's my baby. Yes, my baby's oops, upside down. There's a label. So that's what we made today. Another birthday gift. So, Mother Egoamote, I love you guys. Hold on, because in American Sign Language, this is an I, this is an L, this is a U, and hold on, you guys. I've been working. I've got a little outro, and guess what? I have a new money dance too. If as soon as I get some new money in, I have a new money dance for you guys. I'm getting Restream program. Okay, so let's go. Egoamote.